Some people might say that I've chosen a really poor topic to cover in this video, but I just finished Paper Mario on the Origami King, the latest divisive piece of work to come out of the Paper Mario franchise. From day one of release, fans of the much beloved Paper Mario and the Thousand-Year Door started bashing the Origami King because the game lacks some key mechanics that were present in the prequels. Some people ruled the game out right away because it wasn't the exact return to form people hoped for the franchise. On the other hand, I came into Origami King looking for something different, and if that difference was any fun. Instead of hoping to live the same experience I had with the Thousand-Year Door, I was open to experiencing something new. I can say with all honesty that I enjoyed Paper Mario the Origami King. It's a whole different experience for sure, but the game does its thing in a really good way. The game has a bunch of things that are just so good that I just can't ignore them. The story in this game is lighthearted, but with a hint of seriousness mixed in with some goofiness, and it has no problem making you get philosophical or sentimental with some of the stuff that happens. To me, the story is very similar to Paper Mario 64's story, when it comes to its complexity. This is your regular adventure through the Mushroom Kingdom, but with a twist. The world in Origami King feels alive. The places you visit are not just levels, but instead feel like if people actually worked or lived on them. One of the greatest aspects of this interconnected world is how cohesive everything is. Transitions in between zones are so natural that it never feels jarring or out of place. Now, Paper Mario is known to have emblematic locales in its games, like Shy Guy's Toy Box, Rogueport, Glitzville, Twilight Town, and many more. Origami King is no different. I love my time in places like the Shangri Spa, the Shogun Studios, and even the Great Sea. Traversal through these zones is full of stuff to do. Saving toads around the maps, filling holes with confetti, and looking for these obnoxiously difficult to find hidden blocks. At the end of the game, you feel like you left no stone unturned and that you saw every little piece of scenery the game had to offer. And also satisfying compulsive completionists by giving a completion percentage for every zone. Also, the game looks insanely beautiful, and I was gushing over how good the game looked throughout my whole playthrough. Additionally, saving toads adds a lot more to the game than just completion. Every toad you save repopulates Toad Town and other places that were abandoned because of the origami attack. Seeing these places brimming with life once again is just so satisfying and made me come back to previous places to see what was different. The main gameplay style of Origami King is the puzzle-based ring system, where you need to align hordes of enemies and try to defeat them in one turn. These puzzles get increasingly difficult as you progress through the different maps, and to me, they are satisfying to complete. There's a bunch of diversity in enemies you encounter. Every Bowser minion you can imagine has become origami, including less popular enemies like Sumo Bros or Charging Chucks. The ring system goes in tandem with a bunch of other things that appear in the game. Saving toads, for example, comes in handy in battle because you can ask the toads in the bleachers for help, and the more toads you've helped, more stuff they can do for you in the battle, even solving the puzzle that is essentially dissolving your brain. Another thing that Origami King handles really well is progression. Sure, the game doesn't have experience, but as you get more HP upgrades, Mario becomes stronger, allowing you to dispose of weaker enemies by just attacking them in the overworld. But not only that, each battle gives you a crap ton of coins. These are used to buy accessories that make battles easier and Mario stronger. You use coins to ask help from Toads, to buy story progression items, and to buy collectible statues. Coins in this game are more than a currency, they are a vehicle of progression, and I love the way the game handles them. Something that people complained about was the fact that the weapons in the game can break, but to me this wasn't a big offense, because it was essentially the same way weapons work in Breath of the Wild or Fire Emblem Three Houses. And another thing that Origami King does really well in regards to this quote-unquote issue is that once you find a new weapon, you can buy them at any store in the game. So it's not like Origami King is locking you out of using your favorite weapons as much as you want. In regards to bosses in Origami King, they're fun to fight against, mainly because they flip the ring system on its head by placing the boss in the middle of the rings and making you draw a path towards them, making for a very interesting fighting mechanic. The first time around, most of these bosses beat my ass, so it's cool to have bosses that actually challenge the player. But something that I enjoyed a lot more was the Paper Macho encounters. These were a great change of pace for the Origami King, making you play the game like a 3D Mario game and not like the usual RPG style Paper Mario is known for. And the actual Paper Macho boss fights are even better than these encounters, becoming highlights of the whole experience. Characters in Origami King are brimming with personality. Every toad you save, every partner that joins you through your quest are really great, and I enjoyed having them along for the ride. Sadly, partners don't amount to much when it comes to combat, but for the story itself, they bring a lot to the table. The only downside being that they only joined you for a certain time in the adventure, except for Olivia. She is one of the best things Origami King has to offer. She's just so cute and fun to have around, and there's never a dull moment with her. Her addition to the game is more than just a Navi-like character. She has a lot of personality and determination. But she's not flawless. She doubts, lots, and makes mistakes, making her a real being and not just an NPC. And in battles, she can pack quite a punch. And finally, we have the music. Origami King is boasting a really good soundtrack, with every piece fitting perfectly with the scenario it plays in. A trend that I'm happy it has been kept in every single Paper Mario game. Even the poopy ones. In the end, Origami King is a different experience. It's not the exact return to form people might have hoped for, but I'm happy that we got a game that has more ups than downs. I really like this game, and I hope more people, especially fans of the older games, give it a chance. And that's going to be it from me for today. Thank you all you guys for watching. If you liked the video, please hit the like button. If you want to see more of my content, consider subscribing. We have the indie grounds and we have my regular episodes. This was a more lighthearted episode, so I wanted to do it on my computer instead of the usual set. I'm switching between them all the time because it depends on my preference. Tell me in the comments if you like the Origami King, what do you think of the Paper Mario franchise as a whole, and I will see you guys in the next episode. Take care!